So, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, there may be some problems in between because of poor internet connectivity and all. Uh, Very good evening, my dear students. Now, to continue with our class on 25th August, I would like to share my slide. Once again, belated wishes of Ganesh Puja, a great festival of learning, and may God give all the skills to learn more and become more useful, especially for our mining industries as good planners. I hope our teaching assistant Devendra is also must have joined. He will be helping all you people in as a PhD scholar, providing some latest information to you. So that is the spirit behind our NIT Rourkela concept of including PhD scholars to help faculty while they are getting institute fellowship. All the best. Now I will share the slides, and while sharing it, let me also know if there are any doubts regarding our previous classes. Before that, let me tell you, as I have written in the chat box also here, that my mobile phone is not functional. Sometimes I was using somewhere in other phones. So you can use my landline. Yes, landline number is 0661 246 3611 for our continuous contact if there is any problem, because my mobile phone has some problem. So that COVID-19 must have affected the mobile phone, at least not to our persons, by God's grace, our Ganapati Bappa Moria. Now, I am sharing my slide, and let me know whether this is visible to all. Is it visible to everybody? So I will continue the class of our mine planning and design. So for this week from 25th to 28th August, here just to remind you, we are covering this module, very important module of preparation of feasibility reports and detailed project reports. And already we announced about our weights of different components, subcomponents of teacher assessment and then assignments. So hope by this time everybody must have had a good idea about their assignments decided based on their learning based and their interest, and that through your CR you can communicate to me for further refinement if required. Already you are good planners, so that may not require another refinement, but we can discuss further on any fine evening at the end of this week, if at all there are any further doubts, because that is given a good component of our total evaluation system by our esteemed NIT Rourkela, by our competent authority. So we should follow with pleasure as a celebration. So just to say something as a revision, in the previous class, already we covered part of this feasibility reports, its outcomes, then other items of the feasibility report we discussed in details, a dozen of the items. And in addition to that, we tried to cover the importance of this bankable feasibility reports, because ultimately the paisa, your money, matters a lot as far as any industry or any company, for that matter, or any organization is concerned. So that's why this is with money, that is a bankable feasibility report. So up to this, I think we covered in the last class, previous class. Now to continue with that, this is our online class of 25th. Now when we see this bankable feasibility report. So there are some items, there are some contents mentioned, and it is required. And I kept it in a very beautiful blue color here. Qualification, that is a qualification of the body preparing the bankable feasibility report is supposed to be given when you open that reports. Of course, I will be showing you many detailed project reports, or feasibility reports, or environmental management plans, environmental impact assessment, so many reports of different organizations. And especially, as I told you, since 2007, we have all these reports with us as far as our Odisha state is concerned, due to my fortunately or unfortunately the involvement as a member of our pollution control board since 2007. So my beloved students can take advantage of these available reports to learn more, and based on your interest, as I used to tell you, so I will be disclosing, I will be explaining more and more about all the details. So now, in the initial part of the contents of bankable feasibility report, they are supposed to mention what is this qualification of that members, those who are preparing that report. Suppose they are MBA somewhere, MTech, BTech, whatever the qualifications, because that gives some added weightage to the report. Suppose if there are some chartered accountants present in that, and there are some already experienced planners, maybe some CMDs, maybe some chairmen of premier institutions. So then the people will give a lot of emphasis, importance for going through that report or approving, and other issues follows. Then their previous engagement as a part of this, I mentioned here, previous engagements, that means already that organization or that who are preparing this report are already in this sector of preparation of these reports over 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, whatever it is, their engagement, because that gives a value to that report also. And based on that, people will be giving a lot of importance for the reports, and then for approving the reports later. Then the resume of the members are also supposed to be provided, so that as I told you in the beginning, that report carries a lot of meaning. Then in the part B, as I mentioned here, project background and ownership. So that is a simple layman also can understand. So they are supposed to give these details as it was given. We discussed little bit at that time about the location of that project, where that project is located, and then the topography of that area, whether it is in the metropolitan cities somewhere location, or in the mountain forest, and that is undulating ground, or in the sea, or it may be in the valleys, it may be in the dense forests, whatever it is. And the climatic conditions, there may be something like a Chirapunji, other areas where there is a continuous rain all the time. And it is very simple to understand. Even an open cast mine, many of the times, we used to close even some shifts sometimes when there is heavy rains, or there may be some problems. So that is the reason why climate is also supposed to be mentioned in detail, including what is the rainfall at that places. Then you will be seeing in our example reports, maybe in the next week, I will be giving you, depending on your interest, many of these project reports of whatever are being we are associated in their planning projects, or previous reports also. So that gives you exactly what is the information provided in those reports. But these things you should know, that these are the issues, are the contents what is supposed to be mentioned. Why we should know about this? Because when somebody asks you to prepare the reports, you also should know that these are the informations to be collected, and you should consult that related organizations also. Suppose for the climate meteorology department or environmental related departments, where you are supposed to provide all this information. Suppose in the last before year, how is the highest flood level in that area, or how much is the rainfall in that area, or the temperatures variations, how it is, all those things. That is a meaning that these informations are required in preparing the reports, and how that information is useful. It is also easy to understand. So depending on that climate also, there are so many requirement changes. Suppose there is a climate which is very hot, people may be thinking of air conditioning, maybe for different reasons, right? Then venture specifications, of course, the specifications of that project, whatever. So this may be your, this much is a production, you expect this much of productivity, maybe all other details of the specifications, including even the machineries and other things like that. And then, as I told you in previous classes, couple of classes last week, just before we celebrated our Ganesh Puja. So some type of importance of these official records and the lease agreements, I was emphasizing, reiterating the importance of that, where there may be some court cases. That case may be even in the Supreme Court. We have seen n number of examples even now. Maybe our government related projects are non-governmental or private companies related. There are some court cases pending, maybe in the High Court or the Supreme Court. So where they are unable to decide whether that land and other issues belongs to which state or which companies, and then there is a transfer of the lease agreements between the companies, organizations before, and all those issues will come into that picture. That is the reason why all these are supposed to be mentioned. Then concessions here. Concession is not your railway concession ticket, what you provide, what we used to provide to you to reach your parents with 50% railway charges. Of course, now it is not possible for you because you are already at the home. Okay, so this concession here is there. What we are doing here. 1 minute. Yes, these concessions here means, so because of the location of those organizations, I mean the industry, there may be some type of rebates provided. Suppose if that is a tribal area, for example, I'm giving a simple example. There's some rural areas where already government declared that this type of rebates should be provided for any industries which are going to be established in those places. So there may be that they need not pay this much of income tax. There may be some rebate on that. So on the royalty or some other concession, that is the meaning of these concessions and tax holidays, different terminology people use. So all those things, because that will be more helpful when this goes to the bankable feasibility report, because that financial issues they are more interested in for their analysis before sanctioning that project based on your report, whatever you are preparing. Then here, geology, as reported, because as far as geology, why I mentioned here, because some of these contents I have taken from our some textbooks also, where already there are some set contents and all provided, little bit plus minus here and there. When you go through some of the books also, you will be finding this type of contents with plus minus things. Now here, geology, but when you go to our next classes, we will be seeing practically what are the contents in a particular project reports. That will give a ultimate details about this content, of course. Here, geology as reported in feasibility report or DPR, why I am telling this is because when they prepare bankable feasibility report, they are more, there is some spelling mistake here, bear with me, it should be report, right? So geology as reported in feasibility report, because for preparing bankable feasibility report, you are more analysis of financial issues you are more interested in, not on this technical or geology and other things. So whatever was made available to you as a part of feasibility report, simply nowadays many people, 99% of many people, that's why I said many, right? So they are very good in copy and paste, right? Copy and paste. So you can simply, from feasibility report, that geology can copy and paste it here. Need not worry much about that. That is the meaning of this. Okay. Then here to go further, other contents, of course, ore reserves, whatever are there, they are supposed to give in details model construction, because nowadays we use different type of models of different types with different accuracy and different assumptions we take, right? All those details we are supposed to give. This maybe they must have modeled in some Minex software, Serpac software, some other software. Nowadays there are so many, plenty and number of softwares available, and the details are also supposed to be given, so that these people who are assessing, they will also understand little bit that these are the limitations of whatever they are providing, right? Then lithology, then variability of that, whatever is the reserve, estimations, grades, so many things. Then interpolation and extrapolation. I did not explain much about these terminologies. Interpolation means, now here, suppose when even that mobile also not there, as I told you, right? So whenever, suppose this is a total area of the mine, then what we are supposed to cover here, the meaning of interpolation and extrapolation means, now for estimation of your reserve, how much is, suppose this is a gold reserve in a reef, and now I have borehole data at 500 meter or 1 kilometer, whatever is the interval, I have some data, and then in between the data, suppose there is one borehole X here and Y here. So that means on this some temple top here, there is one X borehole, and then in the bottom or in the water Y borehole. Now in between, I am assuming that there is a continuity of the deposit. That is an interpolation, because I am just assuming that there is a continuity, but there may be some type of fault somewhere, and then so many things may be there. And extrapolation means, suppose I have a boundary somewhere here, or some borehole made up to this, but my deposit, I want a leasehold up to this. That means up to the 200 meter extra on this side, or half a kilometer, 500 meter. So I will be extrapolating. So I will, but there is no borehole data here. But from the end of this property where I have a hole, I am extrapolating, because there is nothing, no borehole on this side. This is a meaning in a layman's language, like that. So all those details we should provide, so that some type of basically, when it is a reserve of different grades, and then suppose it is a platinum, it is a gold, it is a diamond deposit, copper deposit, different type of deposits. So then they will be getting some idea that this, you see, they assume, they estimated the reserve property and its value and its grade based on this type of interpolation, this type of assumptions. So there may be accuracy of 90%, 70%, whatever it is. The people also can judge better. That is something like a guesstimation, as I used to tell you before. Now, recovery and dilution factors we are supposed to give, because wherever they provided some type of different possibilities of methods and all, they estimated this much will be the recovery, this much with different type of methods. Suppose, as you know very well, we read, I hope I taught to my beloved students that metal mining, as far as suppose it is a cut and fill method, for example, or it is a long hole blasting method of sublevel caving or something like that. There, in a cut and fill method, there is very less chance of any dilution, because there you can get all the reserve, whatever is there. Of course, with a little bit more money, that means the cost of production may be more, and that type of issues will be there. That is a meaning. And as a method of mining also, there will be some part of the dilution which may happen if it is long hole blasting or vertical crater retreat. Along with that ore that may get mixed with something, we may lose something. That's the meaning of recovery. You may lose some of the ore also sometimes. So all those things in the last point, as I told you here, in the reserve estimation, whatever is the reserve we have, in that estimation, suppose this is a total reserve, right? In that estimation, whatever assumptions, everything, dilution factor, everything you are supposed to give as far as ore reserve is concerned. Sorry. Now, coming to our, as a mining engineer, more details about our mining in the point E, whatever I mentioned here. Now, mine plan you are providing, that is, this is my underground. Suppose if it is a metal mine, suppose this is a deposit. Nowadays, this is a good example. There may be a lode or a reef, whatever you may think, right? Maybe 30-meter thickness, like our Manganese Ore India Limited, MOIL, or otherwise Hatti gold mines, where it may be 15-meter to 20-25 meter, or 70-degree inclination, something like this in Hindustan Zinc Limited, that type of ore bodies, or our Kulihan K3 copper mines, where it is around 60-degree or different combinations. Okay, so now you are providing mine plans at different levels, which is a vertical section, and then horizontal plans at different levels. It may be at the depth with your shaft. Shaft may be generally like this, which is in the footwall side. Then all those details you will be providing in the report. At the same time, this mining method of mining, and then that method of mining, as I told you, it can be a your cut and fill method if it is a metal mine, right? Then of course we are not following anywhere in India or block caving method or like that, but it can be a shrinkage stoping method, what we used to follow long back. But mostly nowadays wet calculator retreat, otherwise even backfilling with paste filling, nowadays we go with that, because as a planner you should know what is latest happening nowadays also. Okay, then number 3 point in this mining item E is a mining equipment, whatever are provided, because that gives some idea for these people who are going to approve your bankable feasibility reports. So this much may be basically as a project cost. So that depends more than 50% on the equipments. If it is most mechanized, so that means more money is spent on the mechanization, machinery, all those things. As I used to give you some examples, like recently, now I should not say very recent, but already 3-4 years we have been using from CSIRO Australia in Singareni called the Adriala project. Otherwise, with Chinese, our best friends, our Chinese friends, beloved friends, we are using in Janjra some project where we are trying to get a lot of production with a lot of machinery, maybe around 800 crores, 600 crores. That is only for the project cost, machinery cost itself. So even a simple one chalk costs 1 crore of rupees or 1.5 crores of rupees, even one chalk. So if there are 200 chalks to be used as a support system, then 200 into 1.5. So 300 crores are only for that purpose, right? So sometimes when it is most mechanized, and then that lot of money is required to be poured for the purpose of your mining equipments. So that also is one of the important aspect to be mentioned, with all the details to be provided to them. And here, when it then mine development, there we are supposed to provide. I am not telling much about this mine development, is already you know very well. We have a separate topic in your second semester. I mean, in the second year, that is third semester itself, on mine development. You know how a mine is supposed to be developed. That is how to reach the deposit, and then if it is through the shaft like this, and then how to reach through the deposit by other levels and other things, or it can be in seam development if it is a coal mine. All those things are supposed to be mentioned. Then production scheduling, as I told you, suppose if that project is for 20 years, 30 years. So now our bankers will be more interested to know about this. Why they are more interested? Because that fetches money for them. That means after third year, I am going to give this much production. After fifth year, 100% of production. Third year and fourth year, 50% production. First year, 0 production. Then third year, maybe second year, 20% production. then that means they can understand your capacity to repay as a banker, to repay their loan. That is very important for them. So that then next stock piling, and there are also so many requirements as far as raw coal or any mineral, whatever is produced at the pit or in open cast or underground mine. So that mineral or that coal is supposed to be supplied to the customers, I mean the consumers, so at the earliest possible, so that there will be less problems of even storing that. So that is the meaning of this, how you are trying to plan for, suppose if you are producing 10 million tons per year of coal, for example, then there is a requirement of 10 million tons. That is the region demand. That's why you plan for that mine. And there may be a combination of you are sharing your production with some other subsidiaries, some other organizations, some other companies, maybe joint ventures. There are so many possibilities, probabilities when you are planning for your mines. So in that case, all those things are supposed to be understood and mentioned. Suppose this much is a capacity I have in my yard. Yard means that is stockpiling yard, where I can store this many million tons or this many tons of my ore or this much, and then I can supply this much per day, per hour, and then consumables for the project. There are different requirements. It can be a mill, beneficiation plant, or your workshop facilities. It can be for different type of even substations. You need a lot of consumables for that, and all those things are also supposed to be mentioned, because that comes under something like a recurring expenditure, because those things, these consumables and other things will come in that way. They are also supposed to be mentioned in clearly as far as bankable feasibility report is concerned. Now here, processing and metallurgy. You already learned very well about mineral dressing, and some of my beloved students might have taken some courses as a professional elective or open elective courses from metallurgy. They must have learned something more. So this is also important part as far as our mining industry is concerned. So that's why processing metallurgy is the details of that. So this much may be a cost of processing for this, or it can be, if it is a coal, then washing plant, then due to washing, and washing is not, as I used to tell you, washing with your Fena or your surf like that, okay? This is washing. So that is to reduce the ash content as far as coal is concerned, or some other impurities, right? So like that. And then in metal mines, so now you are increasing or upgrading the grade of that ore. So that you are reducing that mineral which is waste for you as far as your processing is concerned. That is, I mean, further processing is concerned. So all those things are supposed to be mentioned. Then infrastructure and support services. So all that infrastructure, how much it needs, requirements, all, whether it is for the purpose of health, the buildings, then educational facilities, then workshops, then substations, then transport facilities. It can be anything. All those things are supposed to be mentioned with all these support services in your plan, along with, the money required for that purpose. Then H is environmental baseline and permission. This is very important, whether it is a bankable feasibility report or any other reports. But the gravity of that problem is different at different stages. When you are submitting this to Pollution Control Board, or whether it is a state pollution control board or central pollution control board in the next stage, when a project is through the state pollution control board, something like our Odisha State Pollution Control Board, OSPCB. Later it will be sent to the central pollution control board through different committees. Then they will be giving a lot of information to this data. But that type of some information is definitely required, because many projects, these people also should know, is there any possibility of getting delayed, because there is a permission. That's why I kept the word here in the green color, because this is a green and clean mining is more important for us. Nowadays, it was not the case 40, 50 years back. or 30 years back for that matter, when I was like you, when I was working as assistant manager in the mine, that gravity of that problem is something different. But here these permissions related to their environmental, that is environmental clearance, that is in stage 1. Stage 2, if there are forests, if there are some heritage places, rivers, there is some temples, maybe mountain, so many things may be there. So different stages of their permissions, permission stage 1, stage 2, in details, all those things should be provided. Then only people will understand if that permission is in progress. If you are writing there as a planner, as a person, you are preparing the bankable feasibility report. For example, our very sincere students like our Nitesh and our Prabhu and other our beloved students, they are preparing the report like our Rishabh and other students. Then now we need that all this information. If this is stage 1 clear, permission is already cleared by the government, then these people will have more positive point in sanctioning that project. If somebody says that we applied for stage 1 permission and that is in the process, or once applied but it is not approved, last before year we are modifying, and people will have a different perception on your feasibility reports. So that is the meaning of this. Then comes here development schedule as far as construction schedule is concerned, then critical path items. Then here, I hope I need not elaborate much, but you should know as an operation research student, you must have learned something in your industrial management, industrial psychology or whatever related to industries, because there used to be a very good book by O.P. Khanna, Industrial Management, long back, 3-4 decades back when I was reading, where it is nicely mentioned that when you plan for a project, then to execute it, so there is different ways to plan. If there are 100 activities, 1,000 activities to be performed, then how you are supposed to plan it and how you are supposed to identify some critical path, that is which is taking a long time in that, so that you should concentrate more with the short time and long time, then how to reduce that time, and then how to combine with some other works, so that some critical path method, and then PERT chart, PERT, right? There are so many ways how an organizational charts and then execution programs are prepared through operation research, various approaches. Then comes the mobilization plans. Now that means you are also supposed to mobilize different items in the planning. That means what? This mobilization, as I used to tell you previously also, where this mobilization may be your equipments, or where you are supposed to get the equipments or procure the equipments, or there may be some other joint ventures from where you will be utilizing it, or in your some other subsidiary or your own company, your own industry, your own organization, something like in our Mahanadi Coalfields, for that matter, it is our adjacent organization, beloved Mahanadi Coalfield. There, I have one surface mine or some dragline being used in adjacent mine. After 2 years, that mine will be closed, for example. Then I will be planning in such a way that with consideration of everything, like its depreciation cost and its life of that equipment, everything to be considered as far as that planning is concerned. In that case, what we do is, we will be mentioning there clearly that we have another mine, adjacent mine, or in our own subsidiary. So after 2 years, I can utilize this dragline from this place, and then this biggest shovel in the world I can utilize from my Gewra projects or some Kusmunda project of this much capacity, this many number of biggest size or large size of dumpers I can be using after 3 years, 4 years, whatever. All this is the meaning of mobilization. It can be equipment plan, it can be manpower, it can be facilities, how you are going to mobilize. That is the meaning of this. Then contract specification, that is the reason why I kept it in bold and in your beautiful blue color here, right? You like blue, I know that. So now contract specifications are very much important nowadays, because of a very simple reason, that almost all 99% of all the organizations, whether it is a mining company or some other company, because I don't have that much knowledge in other companies, but organizations, but at least in our mining organization, we are going with in the 99% of the cases with the contracts offloading for different type of activities. That activities may be your underground, even because even underground we started doing it only in the late a decade back or 2 decades. Before that we never thought of giving any contract for making a isolation stopping or making or some providing some other uh, uh, issues. I mean transportation of the ore. So many things were not there at that time. But nowadays we started using that. So that is a reason why this contract specification should be very clearly mentioned. And when it comes to open cast mines, then there comes the requirements of suppose if this contract is given to a contractor for transportation of my overburden material or my coal from this place to a consumer, maybe a NTPC, maybe some other plant, as a cement plant located 3 kilometer, 4 kilometer, or even transporting that material or overburden material even to 2 kilometers to the dump yard. So how much money I should pay? I should pay 50 rupees per ton, 50 rupees per meter cube. If they transport 3 kilometers, then all these things specification should be worked out and it should be mentioned in the reports. That is the meaning of this contract specifications. Otherwise, this may be turned down. Later people will say that whoever were planning are not having good knowledge about what is the project contracts and then requirements, so it is not acceptable. So you revise it, they will send it back. So that is the meaning of this. Next is a cost review. That's why I kept it again in the green. So that is very important for this. Our beautiful bankers are concerned. Why I said beautiful is that nowadays are all the time people used to say it is a white color job. Okay, that's why they are beautiful, sitting in a AC room, unlike our mining engineers who are working hard to produce everything for the sake of our nation and then providing all the tools. Even this computer is made out of our minerals. Okay, so what we produce as a mining engineer, right? So now for those beautiful bankers, they want the details from our mining engineers, this type of details like operating costs, what will be the capital cost, and then contingency allowance, fees, royalty, as I told you, all those details. Then provision for inflation. So this all comes based on different statistics. And there may be over 10-20 years, as I told you, you must have, I don't know whether some of you, my beloved students, might have taken some projects related to your recent related to some mineral economics type of subject. Then they must have seen, gone through some of the already prepared project reports. They are available in our DSpace. You can go through that, where how Coal India Limited over 10 years back, 20 years back, how it was, and then if it is projected, what could be the scenario, like that, whether it is Hindustan Copper, Hindustan Zinc, something like that. All those details were also provided by our your super seniors in the project reports. That also you can see, including so many other project reports, whether it is BTech, MTech, PhD, all those things you can see. That is a ready-made information in our esteemed NIT DSpace, NIT Rourkela. So that is with us, so you can make use of it. Then here there is another requirement, sensitivity vis-a-vis some type of cost increase. Suppose if something happens, suppose this selling price, if it is there is a change of by 5%, if the selling price gone down by 5%, it happened 10 years back, 5 years back. As far as some iron ore and other things are concerned, this happened many times, and that's the reason why sometimes it may be found at the stage of planning that it is a loss-making plan. But when that selling price is saleable sale price, if it is 10% extra, 20% extra, because of so many reasons, right? As we have already seen, in our Goa and other mines, some were going under loss, and after increasing the price, sale value, then they were converted into a profit-making companies. So many things will happen. So this type of issues also people expect it. So here, just as a break, I would like to take at this stage. In between also, I would like to have one attendance, because I am not calling my students for the attendance, but from here itself, there is a provision of taking attendance who are there initial time, and then now at different timings we can take it. That provision is there to take the attendance. Just I am taking attendance now. Meanwhile, you can write any doubts even in the chat box, then before continuing further. Now already around 40 minutes over. So now what we do is we will take attendance now, and then let me see. For that there is a simple procedure. And those who are also operating this, they should make me as an organizer, right? And they can also take those who are using in the people when they go on the right side. So there will be 3 dots, and you can press, then you can download attendance will come. They can also try it. Okay. Now that you also try. Then meanwhile, let me have, if there is any doubts, just for 1 minute before continuing further. Because in any good program like Mahabharata and Ramayana, as I used to tell you, right? Or anything, there will be a short break, which enhances our enthusiasm and inspiration also. So that's the reason why I took a 13 seconds break to have your feedback or your questions, if any, up to this, so that I will continue further. If there are no queries, then I continue further. For this, I may have to, if any queries, you can put it. Otherwise, I will continue. Meanwhile, those CR and others who are there in the organizer side, they can also take the attendance and keep it. As I used to share here itself, at the end of the class also we can share it. That is also a provision. Here, attendance can be taken and saved. Kept in this as file, as I did in last class. Those things can be done. Now, shall I continue? Are you able to hear me? Because there was some disturbance. Somebody is writing here. Indrajit Kumar. What are the critical path items in development schedule? Very good, nice. Indrajit, basically already you know very well as far as our development is concerned. Now, your works, there are so many activities. Suppose 0 time, when you start the activity, you start even preparing the tenders, even procuring the land, and even purchasing or preparing that these specifications for the equipment. And you must have given to some experts preparing that scientific plan, or even a slope stability study for that, or on the surface. From 0 time, there may be so many activities. And from that 0 time, then what they must have done, sorry, this may not be clear. From 0 time, they can start so many activities. That activities may be parallelly going on. There may be so many activities which are going on in parallel, right? In that case, what we do? There are activities. Yes. For example, from when you start it, you are procuring some materials, and then you may be preparing some specifications for that and given some task to some mechanical electrical engineers, and then you might have given some contract to some people for building construction of uh, your hospitals, dispensaries, or some other buildings, offices. So many activities may be there, ABCD5, so many things like that. So this activity may take 1 year, this may take 2 years, this may take 6 months, this may take 3 months, right? So suppose if this 3 months activity, and at the end after 2 years, if this all the activities are supposed to be fulfilled, for example, then here the importance and critical part here it is. Now, if there is any delay in this activity, which is taking less time, there this your project period of this 2 or 3 years later, I want to start my production. That will not be delayed. I hope Indrajit must be understanding nicely now. Now, but if this is delayed, which is having the longest path, this is a 2 year or 3 years for all the activities in this path, right? If this activity, any of this activity is delayed, your total project period will be delayed. That is the meaning of this. That is what is called a critical path. You should concentrate more on that. So now our Indrajit should respond to me. Are you satisfied with the answer, Indrajit?
Yes.
I could see. मेरा तो बुढ़ा आंख हो गया है ना. I have to keep some spits in between. Pawan, Nitesh, Robin, Malay, Prabhupad, Prabhu Prasad Raut, Indrajit, Manish. Where is Rishabh? Vishal? So many people. Good. So now shall I continue further? I think you can take for how many minutes more? No problem. 10 minutes more. Right. So now I am sharing it once again. Now we are at this stage of bankable feasibility report. I mean, for the money, paisa, aajka to paisa ka jamana hai, right? Okay, but you don't be after the money, because when you are a CMD, or when you are a chairman, or when you are a director, when you are a general manager, or for that matter, when you are a manager of the mine, or agent of the mine. I told you all the phases of your life. All my beloved students will go through all these phases. There will be some of the people who are exclusively meant for helping you people in these financial aspects. Maybe an accounts officer, 2 finance officer, and the manager of finance, general manager of finance, director of finance. So many people will be there with you. Don't worry for that. But you should know about these things, right? Then you are supposed to provide here what is the management, that structure, what you are going to have, and then additional criteria. This is many of the times, so there used to be some good proverb, right? I should not tell you in Telugu, but there is one good proverb where when there is some base money, more than that, that interest will be more interesting for the people, right? So you might have lended 10 crores of rupees, but whatever you are getting every month, 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs, that is more interesting, right? Something like this is a main point here, where additional criteria, right? This is government policies may change. So when you are preparing it, and previous year, 10 years back, and there was reasons I am not discussing here. We discussed in the regular physical classes with my beloved students many times in a humorous way, in different ways to make it more interesting about our present government functioning and other things. As a policy, there are so many reasons. Then that criteria should be mentioned, but I can tell you a simple example. We are changing every time the auction, policies of auction of the deposits. It can be metal mine, coal mine, so many things, coal blocks. And then we are changing so many rules, regulations. Suppose if that mine, they auctioned, they purchased it, just like purchasing something like a land or purchasing for some other business purpose. So those who are not having, I can take that liberty to tell my beloved students, those who are not having proper mining background knowledge, they just as a business they used to purchase. the blocks and keep it so that they used to think that that will fetch a lot in future. So that policies are changed nowadays, right? So if they are unable to produce after 3-4 years, they are supposed to leave that block and that will be allotted to somebody else. It is not that that block like a gold or something else. If I keep it, it will give a lot of dividends in future. No, that will not happen. So there will be different policies. You should have that idea. You should mention here. Then additional criteria again is target markets, right? Where you are supposed to provide your mineral or coal, whatever it is. And not only that, there will be so many other points to be considered here. There may be some demand, there may be some competition also. Now we are now importing even 100 million tons of coal from other countries. Why? There are so many reasons, right? So like that, some other minerals we are importing or we are exporting also. So then there will be a lot of competition between even import of the same mineral and we producing it. Otherwise, from other companies or your own company, Coal India, from other subsidiaries. There are so many reasons, maybe a location, maybe different things like that. Our target markets, everything they should study and mention. Then suppose that is coal supplied in the border state of Chhattisgarh or somewhere, whether it should be by MCL or Southeastern Coalfield or from Singareni, and then if the cost of production will be less and more better quality coal is offered by through auction. Nowadays it is also again auction, that sale is also through auction. So anything may happen. All those details should be given. Then return on capital, you know very well. So you are supposed to provide internal rate of return, and then unless you show in your project report, especially in your bankable feasibility report, whether this is going to give you 14%, 20%, 16% internal rate of return, so that I will be paying back to my loaners, lender from whom I have taken loans. I can pay comfortably, and then I can improve my organization as a chairman of some organization or CMD of organization, as a director, general manager, whatever it is, as a owner ultimately. So everything should be provided. Then portfolio restrictions, tax regimes, dividend restrictions. There may be so many things to be considered, to be mentioned. And I hope I should not take much time, as your time is how many minutes more I can talk about it, because in the subsequent classes we go in details into the detailed project report. So that means ultimately whatever this feasibility report, whatever bankable feasibility report, whatever we are talking about, so there this is ultimately the purpose is to prepare a detailed project report, right? So fortunately, when I use the word detailed project report, and when I projected this slide, many other disturbances stopped here, right? That means they were cutting somewhere outside. So that was giving a lot of sound. That's why I was trying to compensate that with more voice from my side. I think everything is clear now. So our next classes, we continue with these detailed project reports, and later I will be showing you n number of detailed project reports where I was involved or where we have a lot of project reports with us, depending on the interest of our beloved students. I think at this stage, I should stop. Now, I should have some queries from our beloved students, not only on this, up to this, whatever they learn in our mine planning and design, and also our if any queries, you can write it here. As I told you, my mobile, there is some COVID-19 problem, so I cannot get it repaired. Now you can use my, I have given my landline number also here. If any problem in between, so you can use this 0661 246 3611, right? So this is also provided by our esteemed National Institute of Technology, Rourkela, to help our students. So you can liberally use that to talk to me anytime, whenever that mobile phone is affected by COVID-19, like our Sarkarji, with deep condolences. Now, Any further queries from our beloved students? Shall I take the attendance? Or our CR who was operating this, has he taken the attendance? Otherwise later, generally I don't have any restrictions. I used to keep everything open so that you can also write in this any discussion, any messages, because I can also prepare just like others, many people do. I can also do that so that you will not have any permission to operate this like that. But I kept everything open so that all our beloved students are like my children. So now they will take care of our teaching learning process to learn more, right? So that's why, as I used to tell you, so you cannot teach. I think you must have seen our hoarding before at the entrance of our academic building. We cannot teach to anybody who is not interested to learn, right? So that's why those now all our beloved students are interested to learn, and now I expect from you that attendance that click here. Otherwise, making it the whole owner. Otherwise, I can make in a different style. Okay. So now, any queries? Let me have any queries, if any, so that we can stop today's class, so that we should not jump into others' classes. So shall I stop now? Somebody can respond. Somebody with beautiful voice, they can respond. Achha, now those who are not having beautiful voice also can respond. Shall I stop now?
Yes.
Very good. He is having beautiful voice. So now I will stop at this stage. Then all the best. Take care of COVID-19. Take only hot water, right? Garlic and so many things. Otherwise, this is going to give a lot of problems, right? Help your parents. So dhanyawad to your parents also. Jai Hind. All the best. Any queries, you can talk to me, you can mail me, you can give a WhatsApp also. Sometimes I can see keeping that SIM card somewhere in somebody's mobile